Welcome back. Now let's go ahead and see what we have to do next. So we have to mainly make these things. This is the hero section more dynamic. This services section should be also dynamic, which means we should be able to manage their content from our WordPress dashboard. Then we have this portfolio section. This also will make dynamic. Blocks we will also make dynamic. After that we have this whole section, and then we have this footer area. So for this footer, we are going to manage with the help of widget. So we are going to create few widgets, register few widgets in our functions.php for handling this three footer layout section. And for this part, we don't need this. So I'm going to get rid of it first. So let's go to our file, which was the front page.php. And in here, I'm going to look for this is the block section, or I have to go to the footer.php because that's where we have the footer. So if I scroll all the way to the top, here is my row, and this row has a column of 8 and another column of 4. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of this column of 4 and this column of 8 as well. So let's delete it. Then we are left with a row with column 4, 4, 4 for the footer layout section. Now let's check. If we refresh, this should be gone without breaking our layout. Perfect. So this is gone, and now our layout is not broken. That's great. Now we will try to register these three widgets for our menu items or for our footer navigation items. So let's go ahead and do that in the next video. Thank you. Now it's time for us to go to our functions.php file, which is here, and go ahead and register our sidebars. So let's create a function. We will make sure we will append this with our theme name. So my theme underscore widgets dot underscore init. That's the name we want to give. You can give any name you want. This is just a function, but make sure that you are prefixing it with your theme name. And then we have to register an action. So add action, and this time the action name will be widgets init, widgets underscore init, and of course the value will be the name of this method. Okay, and now we are going to register our first one is register sidebar, and that will be our main sidebar. So let me put it this way, register so underscore sidebar, and register sidebar. Here we will have this function basically takes an array. So let's write down that array. So array, and in this array we are going to pass everything. So hit enter. So let's go ahead and write down the properties and their values. So the first property is name. What will be the name of this sidebar or the widget? So we'll say underscore underscore. The name would be main sidebar, and this main sidebar will appear on our all places. On all places means everywhere wherever we have us will we will show a single post details or page layout on the pages as well. We can show this sidebar. So here the next item we have to give is the one that we in our style CSS we added for the translation purpose. This key text domain name. So copy this and take this and you have to paste this in your this this part of the of the name attribute. The name attribute second parameter should be the text domain name. Okay. The second item will be the ID of this sidebar, which we will use to reference it later on. So I'm going to say it's main hyphen sidebar. Third attribute would be description, and this will be like what this sidebar does. So we can say this is the primary sidebar on right side, primary right sidebar, let's put it that way, because the page layout can be like there can be right sidebar or left sidebar or both. Okay, so we have this now, and then we have, because we want to put our custom HTML in this and then they are going to appear, so we also need to take care of certain other attributes. So it's before widget. So before this widget, what do we want to wrap it as tags? So we have to give that. The, let's go with the default. So it's a aside tag. Let's give an ID, and the ID will be like a little bit dynamic. So it will be dynamic. So in double quotes, put the value as dollar, sorry, percentile, and then we have to say $1 S. So it's percentile $1 S. And then we go ahead and say class is equal to widget, and then we have another dynamic ID or value. So it's percentile $2 S, and then comma with the after widget. So we have after widget what we want to see as tag. So after widget we will have slash aside tag. That's great. So because we have to, the tag is open, so we have to also close it. That's why we have this closing tag here. And we forgot to have the closing tag here, which is important, otherwise it won't work. So class gets finished here and we have the closing tag. So we have the closing tag, then we have the class with the dynamic value, ID with the dynamic value, and aside tag. Perfect. Then comma, and we have to now put our before title. So what is the tag or the markup that we want to show before title? And before title we want to, let's say for now, show h2 tag, and let's give it a class equal to double quotes widget hyphen title, widget hyphen title. That's fine. And then we have comma, and then after underscore title, what is the tag we want to show after title? Of course, it should be the closing tag of h2, otherwise we will have a broken HTML layout markup h2, because this is what it is. We have opened it here. All right, perfect. So this is one sidebar that we have registered, that is the main sidebar. Similarly, we have to register few more sidebar or widgets for our footer section. So one widget here, one here, one here. So let's do that in the next video. Thank you. Welcome. Let's go and try to work on registering our other widgets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this whole thing and paste it one, and here the name will be now changed to footer, let's say widget 1. This will remain the same, and here the ID will change, footer widget 1, and this will be used for the description. We can put this itself, we can put the description, it's self-explanatory, and this will be showing the content that we want to show on this part. So this is footer widget 1. Similarly, we have footer widget 2 and footer widget 3. So let's copy paste them. Control C, Control and Control V two more times. So footer, this become footer widget 2, footer widget 2, footer widget 2, and this one is footer widget 3, footer widget 3, and footer widget 3. Perfect. So now it is looking good. We have registered our sidebars, and let's go ahead and see how we can adapt our sidebars to the footer layout. So this is one section. So here this will get replaced by our widget. So for that to happen, we have to use this tags. So we have to use section tag instead of aside tag in the before and after. So here we have the in the footer we have this aside, so this will we will get rid of. Before widget it is section tag for us, so same goes for here as well. And yeah, then before title, so let's check what is before title. So before title, which is h2 is our title, so we have h2 tag here, that's fine. But before h2, what is the tag? So let's go ahead and see. So before title we have this header tag, so let's make sure we put that here. So header tag should be here, and of course it should also end here, so slash. Similarly, we have to have header here and closing header here, and opening header and closing header. So now our widgets, when they will be on footer here, they will make the exact layout perfect. So let's continue in our next video to see how we can incorporate these widgets in our footer.php file. Thank you. I will see you in the next one.